Tired of your old kitchen or bathroom? Upgrade to the home of your dreams with Manny and Courtney from CMK Construction. CMK Construction is Tampa's award-winning kitchen and bath leader for over 20 years. Right now, save $3,000 on a new kitchen and $2,000 on a new bathroom. And take advantage of our no money down and no interest financing until 2026. Imagine, design, build.
Streaming from the Tampa Bay 28 Weather Center in Studio A. This is Dennis Phillips Live. Brought to you by CMK Construction, crafting Tampa's most exquisite bathrooms and kitchens.
How you doing, everybody? It is a Friday night edition of Dennis Phillips Live, and we definitely have some weather to talk about, but the weather might appear rather uneventful from what it's been like over the last week or 10 days. But I don't know about you, but I am more than ready for some boring, sunny, pleasantly warm weather. Now, I get it. There are definitely the folks out there, and I have heard y'all. I have heard you loud and clear when I've been complaining about the cold air, and you're like, yeah, talk to us in July, because when it's super hot, you're going to... I will not be complaining. I'm one of the few who actually likes the heat, and I don't even really mind the humidity. I mean, for me personally, it even dates back to my day when I used to play baseball, where you would play ball, and when you're hot and you're warm and your muscles are loose, and you know, when you hit, it doesn't kill your hand when you make contact low on the bat because your hands are so cold. I like it hot. The hotter, the better in my mind. But I know there are a lot of folks who do not feel the same way. So they are relishing this cold air. But my take is, all right, enough is enough. I mean, look, this morning we had a freeze warning for our northernmost county, for Citrus County, right? Did not have a freeze warning for Hernando. Did not have one for Hillsborough or Polk, anywhere else. There was a cold weather advisory for wind chill. You know me, I don't understand the premise. For whatever reason, NOAA or the Weather Service changed the name of the wind chill advisory to a cold weather advisory. I mean, I guess I get it. I'm sure they had a consultant because, you know, the consultants know everything. And I'm sure you had a consultant that's like, oh, well, you know, I think it makes more sense to call it a cold weather advisory. And you know what? Maybe it does. That actually is even an argument I would undertake. Now, there are other consultant things that I would absolutely argue till the end of the day that are not very good, but I digress. So, point is, we had wind chills in the 20s this morning. We had air temperatures in the mid-20s. So when I got up this morning to drive Ryan to the bus stop, and I hit the button, turn on the car, and I see the snowflake with the Icy Roads logo, I'm looked at, I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. And I posted it on Facebook, and well over 1,000 of you commented, and it was about 70-30. 70% of you are like, nah, I'm done too. And the other 30 like, nah, I like it. I'm good. And then you inevitably have one or two people or 100 or 200 people who says, oh yeah, you like the cold weather? Well, go back up north. and it turns into it, and then, you know, everything turns into a free-for-all, and then you got to start banning people again. So it is what happens. But today I hit the wall. I'm sure in life there have been times you have hit the proverbial wall. Today I hit the proverbial wall with the cold. I'm like, I've had enough. So I already mentioned, and let's do some hellos, by the way. So we are going to be talking, and I got a question for you guys, and I want your honest answers on this. Well, I'm sure you'd give me honest answers even if I didn't say I want your honest answer. No, I want you to lie. I had a boss one time who actually worked here, and he asked me a question about something, and I'm trying to get the computer. There we go. He asked me a question about something. It was about an individual, right? And he asked about this individual, and he's like, okay, so tell me something about this. And I go, do you want my honest answer? Because my thought is, do bosses always want to hear your honest answer, or do they realistically want to hear what causes them the least stress humanly possible? Which I understand that mindset. I mean, that makes sense. Nobody wants to deal with the stress, right? And I, of course, said, I said to him, do you want an honest answer? And he's like, no, I want you to lie to me. Which I guess was actually a really good response from a boss to say that, because he wanted an honest answer. Well, I want your honest opinions on, do you watch the big game? And by the way, we've had this discussion, and I'm going to share this with you because, we talk about all this stuff, right? So we know that Tampa Bay 28 newscasts have different set of rules than other shows. Now, we all know that DPL is a religious and inspirational program. If you know, you know. If you don't know and you're watching on the spot, for whatever reason, when this show started back last July on broadcast, it was labeled on the cable guide, religious and inspirational programming. They don't know me, clearly, but that's what it was. So I don't know if we're technically still religious or inspirational, but this show is not technically news. And these rules are interesting. I find it actually really fascinating. So a news program, because they are reporting the news, can say the specific name of said events. In this case, the big game. Now, DPL, and I'm surprised by this, because I think we do more news than anything else. I mean, weather is news. So does that mean we don't do enough? I don't know. I don't know who determines these things. But point is, because we are not, DPL is not technically a news program, I cannot say the name of said event. I must say the big game. And going one step further, I am not allowed to say, and I don't know why, I don't know what these rules are. It's got to be legalities in some way, shape, or form, right? So I am also not allowed to say the name of the events that are going on overseas on an international level. I'm allowed to say the Winter Games. I'm allowed to say the Summer Games, but I'm not allowed to say the name of said games. How ridiculous. I don't know why, but those are the rules. So my question, as I was saying before, is, and if you're watching on TV, I'd love you to comment on Facebook or Instagram, because we're on Instagram as well today. Do you watch said game? Are you interested in said game? Do you have particular snacks? So one of my favorite movies, but a movie that I enjoy is Silver Linings Playbook. I think it's a really good movie. I like it a lot. And the mother in Silver Linings Playbook always says she's going to make homemades and Krabby snacks. I think that's what they're called. I think it's homemades and Krabby snacks, because that's what they eat to watch football. What do you have a party? Do you have any kind of special snacks that you specifically for said event, and otherwise known as big game? I can't say the other thing. And I'm catching myself, which is shocking, because you think I would have already been like, yeah, oops, sorry, guys. No, I didn't say it wrong. And one other thing here, too. So let's see. Beeben says because they don't, I don't know. He's saying it has to do with profits. Maybe, I don't know. Kurt says rules are made to be broken. That's my motto, Kurt. Ask for forgiveness, not permission. No truer words have ever been said. Yeah, Denise is saying copyright rules, possibility. Ann says she does not watch the big game. Sal's asking me, my Peter Brady impersonation. That was from yesterday. By the way, if you happen to catch last night's Florida State Fair DPL, thank you for watching. I want to thank Shay Ryan. I want to thank Jason Adams, not Weather Jason Adams. We've talked about this. Jason Adams, engineering Jason Adams, who was over here pushing buttons, as was Shay Ryan. Now, not the Jason Adams in the weather department, and not the Jason Adams who's the general manager of the Clearwater Threshers. Jason Adams, who's an engineer here. He was in there pressing buttons, and the show was shockingly clean. And when I mean clean, I mean mistake-free, technically mistake-free. I mean, our photographer, Josh, him and I and Mike, the COO of the Florida State Fair, was amazing. Like, that was a last-second thing, too, by the way. So I'm doing my live hits on the newscast, and I'm freezing. It is so, and it probably shouldn't be, but it was cold. It was wind chills in the 30s, right? And I had a hoodie on and a light jacket and windbreaker. That was about it. I was freezing my tush off. I was really, really cold. And I'm shaking. I'm shivering. I thought for sure I'd have pneumonia this morning. So, like 7:15, I'm 10 minutes out from DPL, and I asked one of the media reps who was there helping us, Sarah was her name, and I said, hey, do you have anybody who could maybe just answer a couple of questions about the fair at the beginning of DPL, and then we're just going to start walking? And she's like, give me a minute. 3 minutes later, she comes back, yeah, we got our COO, Mike. Mike was a superstar. Mike was an absolute superstar. If you want to see the most comfortable, interesting, on-air entertainer who I don't know if he has a media background or not, but go and look at this show last night. It's still up on Facebook. It was awesome. He was so interesting. He talked about all these really interesting things. And if you're watching on TV, you missed the best part. Because after 8 o'clock, we continued, and we went into the bunny and the chicken area where the 4-H and the FFA animals are graded. And then we went into the maternity ward. And we saw an 8-hour-old calf that had just been born with mom. And we saw all this area. And man, Mike knew everything. He knew everything about chickens. He knew everything about bunnies. He knew everything about roosters. He knew everything about the maternity ward. And then we're walking past all these like food places. And I mean, the man knows everything about the Florida State Fair. Really, really had a good time. He was awesome. And I'll tell you, in walking around the fair last night, yes, it was ridiculously cold, but it's a lot of fun. And the food is amazing. It really is. So anyway, Randy's saying we got to hit a break. Julie says break. Everybody's screaming break. Because if you're watching on TV, you may not understand this. I don't have a producer or a director or a technical director it's just me. And this button right here allows me to toss to a commercial break. And when my valuable producers who are watching right now on Facebook yell at me, break, that means it's time that I'm already heavy, and I am like 2 minutes heavy. So we're going to go to a break. Then we're going to come back. We're actually going to talk about weather. We're going to talk about weather long range. We're going to talk about potential for a big storm next weekend. I'm going to answer and share some of your comments about I did feed the goats Cheerios. The puppy bowl, that's something I guess it's going to be a thing too. So we're going to talk all about that coming up as DPL continues. Man, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say puppy bowl. I probably am not. That's probably a copyrighted thing as well. There are so many rules. But no, we can talk about it because I'm talking about my dog who is a puppy, their food dish. That's all I was talking about. If you misconstrued it for something else, that's on you. Because I'm really talking about my dog, Longo, who I still look at as a puppy, who needs his food because he's very hungry. All right. So Cindy will not be watching said game. Now, what is it? Okay. I have a question. Lori, how you doing? So I have a question. What is it about the game that you don't want to watch? Do you just not like football? Or is there something else going on? I'm very curious about it. I want to talk about the halftime show, too. We're back in 30 seconds. Because that's, that is obviously creating a bit of a controversy. And I mean, that's a news story. I mean, that is a thing. Well, I think we all know, there is a divide between the people who want to watch Bad Bunny on the halftime show or the people who want to watch Kid Rock in the other halftime show. And it's an interesting, I'm really curious to see the ratings. We are back, Dennis Phillips Live. We are talking about the big game, and we're talking mostly right this second. I'm really curious about this for the folks who want to watch the game because they like football, but I'm curious for the folks who don't want to watch the game. Is it because you're just not interested in football, or there's something else on, whatever the case may be? And we were just talking, I'm really interested in seeing what the ratings are going to be for the halftime show. Because, I mean, again, we all know there is quite a divide, quite a controversy, if you will, about the halftime show. Because Bad Bunny, who's incredibly popular in pop music and, just won Album of the Year from the Grammys, and he is performing the halftime show. Potentially Cardi B, I think, might be there as well. So this is some, okay, I would encourage you, and this is something else I had conversations with my boss today about, what can I talk about and what can't I talk about when I'm talking about said game on Sunday evening. Now, what my family does, and this is something my family does because my family loves to play games. Like all 6 of my kids are huge game players. They love board games. They love to win. They're all bad sports. It's just the way it is. And so what we do is we Google said game prop sheets, all right? And what that is, it's a list of things that you can print up and you pick the winner. The color of the Gatorade of said game winner. The length of the national anthem, over 2 minutes and 2 seconds or under 2 minutes and 2 seconds. And there's like 50 of these things. And it's really fun. And will the first commercial be about a car or a movie or whatever, right? So it is very little. There's football questions as well. But depending on which prop sheet you Google and you download, it can have nothing to do with football. And my kids, some of my kids do not like football. Ryan does not like football. Kendall kind of likes football a little bit. So it just depends. But they love doing these sheets because they like to win and they hate to lose. So last year, Jake, my son, who doesn't really, he follows football a little bit. He's more of a baseball guy, but he won. And by the way, we do the same thing for the Oscars. Like, you can download the Oscar sheet. My oldest son, Brett, loves the Oscars and loves film. And so we download a prop sheet for the Oscars. And you try to pick the winners, and the winner wins, and they get to gloat. So anyway, that's something that's really, really fun to do. I'm serious. I can't recommend that enough. If you're watching said game, but you don't really care about football, prop sheets are really, really fun. Okay. Happy birthday to Crystal. Yeah, so Annie says she watches it just for the commercials and the halftime show. And I get that. I definitely get that. Now, are you guys going to, which halftime show are you guys going to watch? I was at the fair last night, Lori. You can go back and watch the show. It's actually, scroll up on my Facebook page to last night and you'll see it. It was actually a really fun show. I loved it. I had a great time. Loved it. Which one are you going to watch? Are you going to watch the Kid Rock one on TBN, or are you going to watch Bad Bunny on the said game broadcast? I don't know. Interesting. So Jules says Bad Bunny. Aaron says Bad Bunny. Somebody else said switching over to watch TVN with Kid Rock. That would be Allie. Allie's switching over. So, yeah, and look, I think a lot of Bad Bunny. Cindy's Bad Bunny. Randy's reading a good book. Cindy, good Kid Rock. Aaron, Bad Bunny. Gail with a emoji of a bunny. Lynn, Kid Rock. Neil, Bad Bunny with the Puerto Rico flag. So, Kevin's watching the Andy Williams one. I'm not even sure what that is. So yeah, look at this. It's kind of like split down the middle, it looks like. So I'm really, really curious to see what the ratings are going to be. I'm very, very curious. All right. Anyway, here's a look at temperatures this morning. We started mid to upper 20s. Joel's neither. Joel, you're going to watch the game. I know you are. You're a big football fan. Yeah, this is about 50-50, it looks like. What is the Andy Williams? Am I missing something? Granted, I love Andy Williams Christmas music, but I don't know. I must have missed this. Mid to upper 20s, northern counties this morning, significantly warmer tomorrow. Today, we hit the upper 50s to lower 60s. Right now, we're 56 degrees in clear skies. Now, I'm going to go back. Here's a little weather tidbit for you. The air temperature cannot be below the dew point. So if the dew point is 48 and it were not to move, then the 48 is the lowest of the temperature could drop. You may or may not know that. Happy birthday, Tracy. Let's everybody say happy birthday to Tracy. 56 the current temp with winds coming in off the Gulf. Randy's already reminded me of my second break. Green Day. So where is Green Day, Michael, playing? I missed that. High today of 60. The morning low was 40. Look, here's the forecast. I'm going to go ahead and jump to the 7-day because, the forecast is so simple. That is the forecast a lot of people have been waiting for. 68 and sunny on Saturday, 69 and sunny on Sunday. Look, here come the Tracy one. Oh, Green Day is opening, Jules. Thank you. Did not know that. 71 for Monday, 74 on Tuesday, 75 on Wednesday and Thursday, and 74 on Friday. So we're getting lots of Tracy birthday wishes. So there's your forecast. Sunny for the next week. But next weekend, we've got the potential for a sizable storm on the East Coast. Will it impact us? Stick around. We'll be back in 90 seconds with the answer. Man, that was my second break. Holy cow, I am heavy. So Carol says, yes, Green Day on regular said game broadcast. You know what I enjoy? I like a lot of times they'll show movie trailers. Like I would not be surprised if, and I've not heard this, but it would be pretty awesome if there was an Avengers trailer coming up, for a Doomsday. I'm a big Avengers guy. That would be kind of cool. Have not even heard rumblings that that's going to happen, but it would be kind of neat. We're still getting happy birthdays to Tracy. Joe's like, we reminded you the break was coming. I know, it's terrible. I went so heavy. All right, 45 seconds, we'll be back out. But yeah, me personally, so my family's going to be in all sorts of places. One of my sons got his own apartment as of tomorrow. So that's going to be going on. We're going to be going through that moving process tomorrow. That's a big thing. Ryan has her drama in the morning. Sunday, I'll talk about this when we come back from the break. We are back in 10 seconds. Hello in the Villages. How you doing, Carol? Good to see you. I can say Avengers, I think. If I can't, I just did. Back in one. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Dennis Phillips Live. We were just talking about what we're doing this weekend. So my son got his first apartment, and that's moving day tomorrow. Sunday, I'm going to Crystal River. We talked about this. I wasn't sure if it was going to be too cold. I don't think it will be. So my daughter Ryan and my son Jake and my daughter Ryan's friend Ellery and me, we are going to swim with the manatees on Sunday morning in the spring. So the water in Crystal River. So I'll be sharing video of that, and you have a wetsuit, but I know a lot of you guys are saying it's gonna be too cold, and you're probably right. It's gonna be too cold, but the spring is still 72 degrees. It's always 72. Now, granted, that 72 would feel a lot more comfortable if it was 90 degrees outside, but the air temperature will probably be about 68. Actually, in the morning, it'll be colder than that, but that's what we're gonna do. So that's going to be fun, I think. We'll find out. But Ryan has always wanted to swim with manatees. And they don't let you touch them or anything. You just kind of swim near them, I guess, and you snorkel. So we're going to do that on Sunday. and then we'll make it back in time for said big game. And a lot of times we'll get chicken wings. You know, we usually do like a dip or two and maybe chicken wings and chips and salsa. Nothing fancy. We used to have things like I said, when everybody was home, but now all the kids are, man, they're like not home. They're on their own. It's such a sad thing. And Jake, our other son who got into UF, he's going to be leaving in about 5 or 6 months, going up to UF. So it'll just be the three of us. How, man, time flies, doesn't it? So I just got something that was automatically hidden by Facebook because it was foul. And yes, you know what that means, Rhiannon. You're gone. Sorry, Rhiannon. Made me laugh, but nevertheless, gone. All right, we got one more break, right? Got to hit one more break. I still haven't gotten to the long-range forecast. I promise 90 seconds from now I'll do it as Dennis Phillips Live continues. I got to get to that. All right, here we go. I have it up and ready. It is ready, and I'm going to have to because we're out at 58. So, Linda, you did swim with the manatees, and it was fun. That's all. The cold is gonna. I don't know. The cold is gonna be not fun, I'm afraid. So, Julia's pizza dip and Rotel dip on deck. And I have 6 kids, Michelle. 6, count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids. Yeah, that snowflake on my car this morning, Aaron, I'm telling you, I was kind of surprised. I mean, hot chocolate afterwards makes it better. I did see that they have hot chocolate, but how long are you in the water? Like, are you in the water a super long time where you get hypothermia? I'm very sad to see my kid move, Galen. Yeah, it makes me sad. I will send, Dominic, I'll absolutely send pictures of everybody swimming with the manatee. All right, we're back in 10 seconds. Time for another child. 7 is a luckier number. If I had 9, I could have a full baseball team. You never know. All right, we are back in, oh my heavens, this is a short break. In 3, 2. Welcome back to our last edition on TV, at least, of Dennis Phillips Live. At long last. Yeah, they do give wetsuits, Lisa. We've 16 hours. Have you lost your mind, Kevin? So again, folks who are watching on TV, we're having this constant conversation on social. All right, so here's the GFS. A little bit of snow this weekend across the Northeast into the Appalachians. And the 540 line only makes it down. Ooh, we froze on Facebook. All right, anyway, there's a look at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's that storm that the GFS is showing, not nearly as powerful as it was before. Not nearly as powerful, all right? So there it is. All right, Friday, Euro. Front comes through on Valentine's Day evening with some scattered showers. The Euro is far more aggressive with the potential for some snow across the mid-Atlantic on Saturday evening, Valentine's Day. But up until then, nothing. Beautiful week ahead. Again, next Friday, next Saturday, the Euro does bring some rain in and some colder air behind it. The GFS does as well, but it's not quite as aggressive. So that is about it. All right. So, folks, thanks for watching this week. Appreciate your loyalty as always. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the warmer temperatures. Enjoy the big game. And we will see you next week on our next edition of Dennis Phillips Live. We are off and we are frozen. Why are we frozen? Let's see, am I still frozen? Looks like it. What about on Instagram? So, hey, guys on Instagram, have we frozen? I'm looking at comments on Instagram now. Have we frozen on Instagram? Or just on Facebook? Will it be warm or cold on the 21st? That's in 2 weeks, Sarah. Probably a little bit too early to tell. I mean, the long-range models actually have us warm. So I'm looking at Instagram right now and see on and off freezing, Mel's mom says. No. Barb Raven says no. Have we frozen at all? So we've got Facebook is frozen, Instagram is fine. Interesting. Interesting. So this is not Restream. So all you people who said it was a Restream issue, it's not a Restream issue because this is not going through Restream. So there we go. Thank you, Instagram. Because, yeah, Instagram is saying we are not freezing. And YouTube is not freezing. So it's just Facebook. Could be a Facebook problem. Or, oh, and I am getting red on Wirecast. CPU is at 4%.
Which means it's low, which means it's not the computer.
It's some.
So there's a server somewhere being locked up.
Yeah.
It's not going to Restream, it's got to be Facebook.
Well, why can't it be the internet connection out of Wirecast?
Because those are all on the same server, they go to the same switch, which means if that one locked up, your Restream would locked up. If it's us.
We still not frozen on Instagram, guys? By the way, I hardly ever get to talk to the folks at Instagram because I'm always on the Facebook page because So, hey, how you guys doing? Still live on YouTube. And YouTube, too. It's the See, that is really interesting. All good on YouTube, all good on Instagram, frozen on Facebook. The plot thickens. Okay. All right. So Salon Moon says, weird, Facebook had frozen, but IG is fine. And now Mel's mom says, all good now. How you guys on Instagram doing? We never have the chance to talk. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm bad in post. See, I had a thing with Instagram years ago where I got banned or something for. I shared an ABC News story from ABC Network, mind you, and it came out, and Instagram's like, "This is fake" or whatever. What are you talking about? It's fake. It was a weather story from Texas, and I shared it, and I got in trouble for sharing that for some reason. And I never actually, and that soured me on Instagram. So I just pretty much focused on Facebook. And every now and again, like during hurricane season, when there's a storm coming, of course, I will post on every platform. But I find myself not posting as much on Instagram because I got put in Instagram jail, and it ticked me off. so I don't know. Wait a minute, what else we got here? Ryan, my daughter Ryan is watching on Instagram. And she just asked, can I call? Yes, Ryan, you can call. That's too funny. So she's watching on Instagram. Facebook is over. Facebook's done. Oh, let me start Facebook again. Okay, so we can start a new stream on Facebook. It's on, but it's giving me a blinking green.
Maybe it's having trouble connecting to Facebook. So it might be a Facebook server. I mean, you can't outrule it.
Yeah. Ryan Phillips, you are live on Instagram and actually now I think you're live on Facebook as well because I'm starting a new stream. Stand by just a second. Wait a minute. Let me.
Jake said hi.
Jake says we were talking about Jake and you. We're on DPL, and we were talking about swimming with the manatees on Sunday.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited for that.
You are very excited?
Yeah.
Sure. Guys, this is my daughter Ryan. You probably know her, so were you watching my feed on Instagram? How did you know I was on Instagram?
Cause There's like a little ring around your name when you're live.
Ah.
And I was scrolling, so.
And I was never frozen on Instagram?
No,
Interesting.
not that I saw.
Oh, look, and I have copyright claims again. This drives me crazy. So the people who make the music for my Open that we run, that we pay for, the station, the name of the song is called Brass News. And you know what? Google Brass News and email the dude and be like, we pay for this music. And literally every single time I run my show Open that uses the Brass News, I get Facebook saying, you're copyright infringement. No, it isn't. We pay for it. And I have literally every day for the last 6 months, I've had to file a dispute because for whatever reason, the people who own this music can't get it through their thick skulls that we've paid for this. Drives me crazy. Anyway, Ryan Phillips, how you doing?
I'm good. We're ordering dinner right now.
You're ordering dinner? What are you guys gonna get?
All right, it's been an absolutely insufferable experience trying to get Ryan to order dinner.
Okay, now remember, you guys are on all social media platforms right now, Facebook, Instagram, and okay. So explain.
I wanted the viewers to hear that.
Okay, explain why it has been insufferable.
Well, we were gonna. She wouldn't tell me what she wanted for like 15 minutes. And then when I finally just started ordering something, I started ordering chicken salad chick, and then she said,
By the way,
no.
hold on a second, Jake. Queen Erica says, maybe get a new song for the opening. Bingo. I have been suggesting that for like 2 months now, that we just need a new song. Because every day I get this copyright infringement, and it drives me crazy. Okay, I'm sorry, Jake, continue.
Yeah, anyways.
By the way, Jake, hold on. Toothy 2.0, about time you talked to peeps on Instagram. You're correct. By the way, InHop11 says Ryan's giggle is great. LOL. Okay, I'm sorry, Jake. Go ahead. Continue why she's being insufferable.
Yeah, she demanded Panera Bread. So I was like, all right.
Panera Bread?
Yeah.
You'd have to drive to get it.
No, they deliver.
They deliver. So in other words, you're expecting your father to pay for like either DoorDash or Uber Eats.
I was very.
Hear the hesitancy. Hear the hesitancy on that.
Yeah, no, I pointed this out to Ryan. I was like, Ryan, you understand that like that this is expensive, and that like I have a soul, and that I don't want to charge money for shipping and all that. It's actually cheaper with shipping than I expected it to be, or with delivery costs.
Stand by. Queen Erica PC says, yeah, Panera broccoli cheese is super. So are you guys, so is that what you guys decided you're going to do?
Ryan got Panera Bread, and I'm just going to eat crumbs from somewhere around the house.
Crumbs. Wait a minute, you didn't, if we're going to pay, did you already order it?
Yes.
If you're going to pay for delivery, you might as well get something.
Yeah. I'm not a clever man.
The kid who just got into UF and got pretty much a full ride. Yeah, not a clever man. Hey, I was going to ask you something. What did she get?
She got mac and cheese.
So how much, okay, I got to take a picture of this error message on the computer here. How much did it cost me for, she thinks it's funny. How much did it cost me to order my sweet daughter macaroni and cheese from Panera Bread? How much?
Let me open my bank statement.
How much did it cost me?
Let me open my bank statement.
This is not good. This is not good.
It cost you $16.
Ryan, it's funny. Yeah. So you could have gone to Publix and bought the Panera mac and cheese for like $2.
I think all of my tires are flat and there's no gas in my car.
Okay. All right. Thanks. That's good enough for that. All right. So I paid $16 for her to get mac and cheese from. Oh, my heavens. All right, guys. Nice talking to you.
Love you, Dad.
Love you. All right, bye.
Bye.
Oh, my head. Is that ridiculous? Seriously. Is that ridiculous? Now, let's see. Okay. I'm with you. They have Kraft mac and cheese. Look, I personally think Kraft mac and cheese is as good as anything. All right. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just old school. I don't know. All right. So we are no longer on Facebook. We have not been on Facebook for a while. We are just on Instagram with a handful of people. But you know what? I am enjoying this because we never get to talk. I mean, let's be honest. As I said, I was lukewarm on Instagram. And everybody, look, I get it. All the reels that I get, those are Instagram. Like my favorite reel ever on Instagram. Am I allowed to play these? Let me see. I don't know. I think I am. Maybe I'm not. Oh, yeah, I'm not on broadcast anymore, so I'm just on social. So I can definitely play this because I'm just on Instagram and YouTube. But this is my favorite reel on Instagram. And as a matter of fact, I just played it last night, too. Are you guys familiar with this one? Okay, ready? So that is my favorite. That is my favorite. The little girl who wants a margarita. That is absolutely my favorite one. And, you know, once you click on one of them, you start getting that kind one over and over again. Oh, look, Ryan's back in. Dad, you can't do this. I can't do what? I can't play the reels? Yes, I can. Look, you're grounded anyway. You bought $16 worth of mac and cheese. So you need to go to bed. Go to your room, turn off the phone. You're grounded, all right? Get off of this live chat. That's all I got to say to you, little 11-year-old Ryan theater kid. So anyway, $16. It's ridiculous. All right. Anyway, for whatever reason, Facebook froze up today, coming directly from our computer. So I can now proclaim it is not a restream issue because it was purely a direct feed to Facebook. So maybe it's a Facebook issue. But yeah, oh yeah, whatever, Ryan. But why would Facebook not work and Instagram work since they're both Meta? So that's another story. Yeah, want to know. Oh, no, so now Queen Erica PC wants mac and cheese. Wants me to be their dad, too. Yeah, I know. You know what? It's what we do. So anyway, guys, I guess I'm going to go eat my dinner, which will be ramen, because now I'm not spending any money on dinner because my daughter decided to get Panera Bread for $16 with DoorDash or whatever the heck it was. And my son, who I respect, who is frugal and cares about said things, said he would just eat crumbs because he did not want to add to the mayhem that was $16 Panera Bread. I like ramen. Look, I got a cup of noodles in the back right behind there, and I'm good with that. I bought the 24-pack at Sam's for like $7. That's all I need. I got a cup of noodles. I don't need to spend it. I could have bought, with the amount of money she spent for one order of Panera, I could have bought probably about 54 packages of cup of noodles. Just saying, Ryan. All right, guys. So anyway, we actually have more people now than we did. Yes, you are a nice daughter, theater kid. All right. It's been fun talking to y'all on Instagram. We never talk, but I do promise you I will do my best to start posting a little bit more. And during hurricane season, I will always post on all platforms: Insta, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, everything. I've not really started posting on some of the other ones. I've had people ask me to post on Blue Sky. And I used to post on X, Twitter. I haven't even been posting as much there either. Me personally, X bothers me because everybody's mean to each other all the time. Like literally. And I hear people on X say, oh, Facebook people are mean to each other. And I see people on Facebook say, oh, X people are mean. Maybe just everybody's mean. But the comments are so, like, pretty harsh. And I'm just not a fan. Oh, no, Laura says some of us are not on Instagram. But wait a minute, you're on Instagram on this feed, aren't you? Or are you on YouTube? Is this a YouTube feed I'm looking at? No, it's an Instagram feed. So that one I don't understand. Riddle me that one. All right, guys, have a good night. I will have fun swimming with the manatees on Sunday. And I will be sending pictures and videos that I will post as reels on Insta. Have a great night. Enjoy the big game on Sunday. Because, again, I'm not allowed to say on this broadcast the name of said big game. On the news, I can. If I were on the news, I could say what it is called. But apparently, I'm not allowed to on this program. So have a great night, and we will see you Monday night, hopefully on all platforms, as well as The Spot on Dennis Phillips Live. You guys have a great night. Have a safe and great weekend.